Hey everyone, welcome to Geekus Speakus. My name is Dean.
And I'm Brian.
And I'm wrong.
Yeah, we have a third person with us today. How exciting.
Oh my god.
I
Wow.
guess.
Who is this mysterious third person we have with us?
Wow.
Should I introduce myself? Or
Well,
did one of you want to?
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Looney, and I'm a furry artist.
We've got a furry artist with us. How quaint.
Yeah.
Creepy furry art.
Creepy furry art. She's the one who said it.
Yep.
Now people can't get mad at us for saying it, just for reference.
Oh no,
yeah.
no, okay. So when it comes to the furry fandom, I 100% understand why people absolutely hate everything about it. So, no, I understand. Is it all justified? No, but I understand.
At least there's that gap. Bridge that gap.
Hey, we might get more listeners this way. Shh, just go with it.
Yeah.
All right. And do you want to go ahead and promote your social media accounts by chance?
Sure.
Tell us what you do.
Well, I do digital, traditional, and digital and traditional art. So like I draw things for people, or I also make those creepy animal costumes. So that's a thing, and you can find it on looneyracooney.com, LOONEYRACCOONEY.com, and I'm also Looney Racooney on most other media. So like I have like a Twitter, and I think there's a couple other pages, but I'm most active on Twitter. So
She does tweet quite often.
Yeah, way more than we do.
I've been neglecting Twitter a little bit lately, but
We're
yeah,
not
I've been
good at-
trying to tweet more often.
We're not good at the tweets.
I think our last post was from back in July. I'm really bad at jumping on there in my free time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should probably use it
You
more.
guys got to tweet her more often.
Yeah, we gotta tweet her more often. We gotta tweet her more often.
I'm not very good at the twitterings, as it turns out. Which is kind of
I
weird.
forget to use it.
Same
I
here.
check our Twitter often. I just forget to use Twitter.
I
tend to post on the Facebooks more.
I'm in the same boat, and it's kind of funny because I have a friend who he's also like a content creator like us, and he has like over 2,000 followers, which blows my mind because he's been at this for like a year now. But I was like, how the hell does he do that? And who could spend that much time doing that? I'd be like, oh, ate some food today, might eat tomorrow. That's how unimportant my life is.
Yeah. So we got a furry artist and two losers.
Your life is, I'm sure, a lot more important. You just have to be excited by more little stupid shit. I mean, no, I'm serious. Like, on my Twitter, I don't post, like, I post some of my art stuff, but a lot of stuff is just like, I found a lizard today, and I'll like post a picture of a lizard or whatever. Or like if I'm really excited about what I ate for dinner.
So I should post that nonsense stuff that I do on Facebook onto the Twitters?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what Twitter is for.
Twitter is microblogging. They've actually increased, we're a little off this, but they've increased the character limit to 280, which still doesn't feel like enough for a person who likes to rant like I am. Yeah.
You just gotta link all your tweets together.
I know.
Hashtag
you just
200
respond
words.
to your tweet, and you just keep going.
Hashtag 200 words. Just to have one hashtag that's 200 letters. Sorry, 199.
So the problem I have is if I tweet at myself, I feel like that guy who posted his own Facebook page, you know? It's like, oh yeah, what I did was totally awesome. By the way.
It's more acceptable on Twitter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
By far.
Okay.
All right. I think we have our new Twitter guru, just saying. All right. You guys want to go ahead and jump into the episode like normal?
Yeah, so first off, we got ourselves some trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Not a lot on trailer talk this week. The Peter Rabbit movie.
Oh, why?
Some
What?
more weird furry bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I
Uh,
like James Corden. He's actually pretty funny. I've seen his late night show. I like his stuff. But why? Why?
I
What?
love I love the Peter Rabbit stories, and they're like, this is
The,
it. Uh,
the Dragon Ball evolution
I-
of fairy tales?
Okay,
no,
so I'm just gonna come right out and say that the trailer had a lot of like really energetic, upbeat stuff, but the books originally were supposed to be like way more calm than that. Like all the art
yeah,
is calm, all the stories are calm, but it shows like a bunch of animals having a party. It's I mean,
It's Smurfs.
it's yeah. And
yeah, and it's like
so
this isn't how these stories are.
Yeah, and especially like the creator of Peter Rabbit was super protective of her property, that she would be annoyed by this. And I mean this because I was listening to an interview, and she even shot down Walt Disney from buying the property rights to Peter Rabbit because she wanted to make sure that it wasn't changed, wasn't altered, it was her property. And saying this, I'm like, wow, if she was alive, she'd be turning in her grave.
Well, that's how they're powering the entire English countryside.
Through rabbits?
No, they just shove some dynamos into her grave,
Oh,
and
okay.
and then they're getting powered by her spinning. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple.
Wow.
Simple science.
He's,
Um,
uh,
it's a fantastic idea. I think we just solved the
okay.
energy
yeah.
crisis.
So I'm gonna say something a little bit weird. You'll get used to it. But the main thing that made me really angry about that trailer was at the very end it showed an elk and he was trying to cross the street and he got stuck in front of the car because he was staring into the car headlights, which that I don't have a problem with. Elks are dumb as hell.
Yeah.
But um he was walking on four legs, but all the other animals are walking on two legs. Like, come on now.
That's a good
Come on.
point. That's a good point. 'Cause, like,
That
go ahead. Sorry.
is just I was offended by that. That's racist.
Speciesist.
Yeah.
It's weird. Is it weird that the badger was on all four, or excuse me, standing on two legs, or the pig? I feel like the pig is the weird one in that situation.
No. That's normal.
Really? I mean,
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen many pigs. Admittedly, even though I live in the Midwest, but I haven't seen many of them stand on two legs unless they're animated, I guess.
Gotta go to FurCon.
Fair enough. Okay, that's fair.
So I guess keeping on the movie thing. Give me a second. I'll just keep on movies since there's not a lot in trailers right now.
It's the dead season.
You could tell us about what you were telling us earlier about the music that's in the trailer.
Oh yeah. So I got this weird like 6 Degrees with Kevin Bacon with that song in the trailer. The my room where they filmed the music video, my roommate got a bunch of his car parts from. So he knows like that junkyard. And then one of my supervisor's sister is dating one of the guys in that band.
Nice. I also have a connection to a less known band here in the U.S., but huge in Brazil for reasons I don't entirely understand. Brazil really loves their metal, by the way.
Oh, I love Sepultura. It's a Brazilian metal band.
I gotta check them out now. No, it's just like they're based out of here in Missouri, where I live. But
That's weird.
no, you'd be surprised how many bands are out in this area. Like there's
I mean, all you gotta do is I don't know, smoke drugs and do the music and have the sex. And if you're all out of sex and the drugs, you might as well just do music.
So you're saying the main ingredients to music is sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Sex, drugs, and loneliness, and
Oh.
nothing
Most
to
of the
do.
time, yeah.
Okay.
Sex,
huh.
drugs, and nothing to do.
All right. So
Boredom. It's not rock and roll. It's boredom.
fair.
Yeah.
So what I need to start doing is start smoking pot, and I'll become a musical genius because I have everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it, man. It's legal.
Was it legal in your state?
Not in my state. It ain't.
Oh, well, it's legal in my state.
And in my state.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't live in a blue state. I live in a very, very red state.
Another reason for you to move up with Brian.
Yeah, you should come up to the organs. It'd make this a lot easier.
It would make it a lot easier.
Oh, we do have another trailer. I missed this one. The Tomb Raider trailer.
Yeah. I've not heard great things about that so far.
So we'll go keep on the movies. There's that one. Give me a second to watch it real fast. Why does this look like that new Tomb Raider game, but the movie version of it?
I think that's the point that we're going for.
Oh.
I think I have one of the Tomb Raider Rising or something like that.
Yeah.
Square Enix's unfortunate naming schemes.
Well, I didn't have time to watch this trailer. I'll have to watch it later.
It kind of reminds me of The Mummy. Like, aren't they having The Mummy come out soon too? Like,
It already came out.
Yeah, it already came out.
oh,
in, like, June.
okay.
Like,
So, well,
It
that
was
shows how
not-
much I keep up with modern
And it
movies.
was not good.
you say that, but they're trying to make a like monster cinematic universe again. With,
And
like,
it will fail. It's failing terribly.
yeah, because their first launch was The Mummy, and then they were like, oh yeah, here's
But
Frankenstein's monster.
Brendan Fraser already made The Mummy.
Agreed.
Brendan Fraser's Mummy was the best mummy.
But to be fair, so did Abbott and Costello. That doesn't necessarily make it the best movie.
Well, actually, the Abbott and Costello one is the best one, hands down, cinematically and historically. It's so obvious.
Which one? Abbott and Costello meet
Yeah.
the Mummy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or is it no? They meet Frankenstein and then the Mummy's in that movie.
I
I
think
forget.
that's
I haven't
what it
seen him
is.
in
Yeah, that's
so
part of it.
long.
Same here.
I think that's what it is. So yeah, there's a new Laura Croft, Alicia Vikander.
I was seeing just a review of that trailer, and someone said they missed the Angelina Jolie movie, and I felt like
Yeah, aren't. Yeah, I was about to say she looks better than Angelina Jolie.
fair enough.
She looks more like Laura, but she looks like a modern Laura and not classic Laura.
Right.
Yeah, this girl is hella cute. Like, I don't know. See, I'm not into Angelina Jolie at all.
I'm not
but
either.
This girl's really cute. Holy crap.
I'm not either. It just doesn't look. It looks like your standard schlocky action movie. You know what it reminds me of? A little bit of the Assassin's Creed movie.
I still need to see that. Because I had so many problems with it.
It just this feel of it feels like that.
I need to check it out because every time I have it, I just have to watch it. But every time I look at the trailer, I ask a lot of questions as to why. Like, why a harness? Why not the bed? Why would you give a guy a set of weapons if you're trying to pull information from him? That seems like a dumb idea.
Oh, speaking of movies, I've got to see the new It, as well as Kingsman 2 and 1.
I still have to see Kingsman 2. I've been meaning to.
Let me just go through them real fast without any spoilers, because it doesn't sound like you've seen them yet. It, the new It movie, better than the 1991 in every way, with the exception of no Tim Curry. If there was Tim Curry in there, I get why they couldn't have him. He's all stroke facey, but it's just Tim Curry. You can't beat Tim Curry. It could have been anyone. It could have been a quasi demon itself, and it still would have been you're not Tim Curry.
That's fair. He basically made the first set of movies anyway, so.
He was the only part anybody liked the first one. And the thing is this new guy, Bill Skarsgård, is a great and creepy It, but he's no Tim Curry. And then I really liked the first Kingsman. Kingsman 2, not as good as the first, but still a blast.
Oh, good.
It is still a blast. And apparently the director got upset that the trailer revealed that thing that you were upset about.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. Like, I was like, that is a huge twist. Why would you give that away in the trailer?
Yeah. Apparently, well, trailers are done by third parties,
Yeah.
and basically they're given the movie to splice through. And basically the director's reaction was like, "Why the fuck did you do that?"
Yeah. That's like that, I said it last time, but it was the, Terminator Genesis, when they revealed that John was a robot in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Or Soylent Green as people.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that like they with trailers nowadays, I've noticed that if it's a boring ass movie, they put every little thing that they can that's exciting in the trailer.
The thing is, it's
So-
not a boring movie.
Okay.
It is an exciting, like, non-stop action movie.
Mm-hmm. I
Well, then, yeah, that's ridiculous.
I haven't seen the
Like,
second
if they-
one. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
If they're paying so much to have a trailer made, then the person that's making it should at least give them a good product.
Agreed.
Right? Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our next news article. There is going to be a movie with Patrick Stewart starring as Merlin.
I'm okay with
Done
this.
by the Attack of the Block director is doing a King Arthur movie with Patrick Stewart. He did some British movies. I haven't seen Attack on the Block, but hey, King Arthur with as a King Arthur movie with Merlin as a as Patrick Stewart. I could dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could too. He's got that old like wizened face going on.
Oh my god, I just realized something. Okay.
What?
Okay, so Brian, I know you're not a Harry Potter fan, but this all kind of ties
It's okay.
in. Ian McKellen, if memory calls right, was Dumbledore in the like latter.
No, he wasn't. That was somebody else.
Who am I thinking?
Ian McKellen is only Gandalf
Shit.
and Magneto.
Yeah.
Richard Harris was the first Dumbledore. I don't remember who the second Dumbledore was.
Oh shit, never mind. My memory.
That's what I'm here for.
It's okay, you tried.
Hey, I don't care what anybody says. Trying is not always the best. Not always the best. Sometimes you just lose. No, but I'm cool with this. I think Patrick Stewart would make a pretty good. I was about to say Gandalf. But would make a pretty good Merlin.
Okay, Michael Gambon is the second Dumbledore because the first
okay.
one died after the second movie.
Yeah. Man, my memory sucks. So yeah, that'll be cool.
To be fair, Michael Gambon. It looks like basically what would happen if you inflated Ian McKellen and let it sag a little bit.
It's like the air escapes slowly over time. It just that's Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked up Patrick Stewart in Google. I mean, I knew who he was, but I looked him up in Google and I'm looking at images. And you have no idea how many images there are of him kissing random ass people.
He
Like-
is delightful.
Yeah.
He's my new favorite guy.
He is delightful. I love the bromance between him and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Patrick
great.
Stewart's bromance between Patrick Stewart and Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fantastic.
They're like super besties.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's kissing Ian McKellen as well. As well as a picture of him in a lobster suit. That's okay. Kind of cute.
See,
The ultimate red shirt.
Magneto and Xavier can get along. We know this now.
Well, I mean, somebody has to feed the fan fictions.
Oh, that is
fan
so
fiction.
true.
Like everybody's gonna ship them anyway, so
That's fair.
why not give them a little bit of fan service?
So speaking of the fans, there's apparently they figured out that it was executive meddling was the reason that Batman v Superman Man of Steel and those movies were so not good.
I am so surprised.
Jeff Johns and Diane Nelson were reading scripts, and Jeff Johns, to his credit, was concerned that there was not enough lightness or humor given who the character was. And after those movies flopped, basically those executives were canned, and Jeff Johns was given free reign. And then we got Wonder Woman after it. Wonder Woman was the first movie they had free reign on, and Wonder Woman was actually fun to watch.
Yes, it was.
I haven't seen either one.
Wonder Woman was actually a pretty good movie. Like, I might honestly suggest it. Even if
I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll just say, even if you're not a comic book fan, it is a good like action movie. You're actually rooting for her, and a lot of people were worried about that. She might overshadow some of the other characters, and she doesn't, and vice versa. It's a good like back and forth between her and the other characters.
I'll eventually see it. I mean, it's on the list of stuff that I should watch because I heard that it is good. I'm just not a super huge Wonder Woman fan. And like with Batman and Superman, or Batman versus Superman as well. Like I heard that it was just a horrible movie, and so I didn't bother to go see it. I'll watch it eventually, but I mean, it's not on the top.
I mean, that's fair.
So.
That's fair. It's if it's on Netflix and I have nothing else to watch, I might watch it. But
Yeah.
I don't see myself actively seeking it.
Speaking of superhero movies, give me a second while I get this to you. Blah, I just lost it. Sorry. Okay.
You tried.
There we go. I got it. Speaking of superhero movies, the DC Extended Universe is not the official title from Warner Brothers. In fact, it originated as a joke. That's not their official name.
But they're still trying to tie it all together, right? Because
Yeah, no one in actually DC uses the term DCEU, but that's what everyone calls this thing.
I think they're just making excuses for bad movies. I really do.
Oh, they probably are. They're doing it all wrong. You know, the reason Marvel worked is you had like 12 movies before you did the Avengers.
Yeah, and I honestly just think it's an excuse to justify some bad movies. You know, like Suicide Squad and Batman versus Superman, Dawn of whatever the hell it was called.
Dawn of Justice.
A lot of echo in that justice.
Well, when you really mean justice, your justices have lots of echoes.
Jesus. I don't. So with Marvel, all the recent Marvel stuff, yeah, it's gonna be great because I mean they have Disney behind it, and Disney knows how to make movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's.
Ooh, I have two directions to go from here. Should we continue Marvel or should I go Disney? We'll go with this one. It's already posted on the thing. Apparently, Dave Bautista wants to become a nuanced actor. He doesn't want to like he wants to actually have like more important roles, but he has the body of a gorilla.
Yeah.
He could become the new Rock.
That'd be cool. Like I'd like to see him
like
reach the
they
point.
put the Rock in a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, and the Rock finally went from being the Rock to Dwayne the Rock Johnson to just Dwayne Johnson.
I still call him the Rock. It's simple that way.
Oh, I refer to him as Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I go the full route.
Oh, you go the Prince route? You know, the artist probably known as Prince.
Do you know the story behind that?
No, actually, I don't.
He wanted out of his rock.
Brian.
So when Prince
time.
was in a yay, sit around, kids. Stop eating that. You shut up. You face the wall.
No.
All right. You don't deserve the story. Face the wall. So Prince was in a really bad deal with a record company that he was sick and tired of. And so they're like, well, you have to do us and we have your name. You can't use your name for anything. So he's like, all right, I'm going to officially change my name to this weird symbol and go and start my own record company. So he did, with the weird symbol as his name. And he, out of contract, he had he sent that record company like 10 really short, crappy songs every year while making his own stuff until it lapsed, until the record deal lapsed. And he changed his name back to Prince.
That's some David Bowie shit right there.
Yeah. He was just sick and tired of how the record company was treating him, and he's just like, you know what? Fine. You can have my name.
But you're getting a bunch of shit titles.
Yep. You're getting a bunch of shit titles. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not Prince anymore, so you have no control over me as a person. Because they had something on the record, the person named Prince had to appear at stuff, so he changed his name to something that wasn't Prince.
That's some tricksy Hobbit stuff right there.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty. Once I found that out, it's just like,
bravo.
I accept.
I wonder if that's how it worked for Cher. It's like, yeah, you can't get me if I use one name. Ha ha.
Oh no, Cher just has a weird Armenian name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sherilyn Sarkeesian.
You're quick on the dime on that one.
Yeah. She went to Fresno High.
What?
It's kind of a cool name.
It is kind of a cool name. She went to Fresno High? You're effing with me, right?
Say what?
She went
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I really don't think I'm strong enough here.
If I could turn back time,
I can find a way.
Okay, what if I had the name Sherilyn Sarkeesian, I would not go by Cher. I would want everybody. I would force everyone to call me Shark. Oh no, it's Sarkeesian. Never mind.
Sure. But Cher and Sar, you can combine them together to make Shark.
Yeah.
However, she was big in the 70s, and people weren't quite so fond of the Armenians back in the 70s and 80s.
Good old-fashioned American racism.
Do you believe in life after love?
No.
Beside myself, I really don't think I'm strong enough. All right, I'm done.
Are you
done?
Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll just think of other thoughts and then I'll stop.
Are you sure? Because we could do a Sunny Cher duet thing if you want. Yeah.
I got you, babe. Babe, I got you, babe. So next thing on there, keeping on the Disney thing, with the firing of Colin Trevorrow for episode 9, they have they've postponed episode 9, which episode 8 hasn't come out yet, so I don't know why we care. It'll just be moved back a couple months from May to Christmas.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
I'm actually
unacceptable.
I'm actually
absolutely
not surprised by this, because if you follow up to this point, they went through 2 to 3 other directors before they got to Ron Howard, who's currently directing it, and he wants to scrap it pretty much everything the last couple directors did. So I'm not that surprised that they pushed it back. I was wondering how they're going to follow up with that anyway.
Yeah. Plus, with Carrie Fisher dying and some of that other stuff going on, it doesn't surprise me. It's just yeah. Oh, and speaking of Star Wars, I know Jess isn't the biggest Star Wars fan, but I do enjoy it.
Correct.
And I thought this is pertinent. Star Wars Rebels gets a new airtime. It's now going to be on the final season, by the way. will be on blah 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 blah. Shoot. Give me a sec. Mondays. It'll be on Mondays, which I think it was on Saturdays before. And it'll be the last season. And I liked Rebels. Rebels was fun. So yeah, it'll be premiering later this year in October.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't been gaming up with the animated shows mostly because
It's
Clone Wars.
It's pretty good. You have to get. See, that's the thing. Clone Wars. Oh, the animation was terrible. You got to get used to animation. Get through the first season or two of Clone Wars, because after that it gets really good.
No, it's not that. It's I'm a big fan of continuity.
Oh, the Gennady. The Gennady Tartakovsky one was never part of the continuity, and these ones are.
No. I was saying that not the original 2D animated about the 3D that came years later with that it just
that's what I'm talking about. That one's really good.
It just doesn't fit with their continuity. I'm just I'm a big stickler for that when it comes to Star Wars.
Actually, it does. That was the whole point of it, was to fit with the continuity.
Really? Because they said in the beginning of episode 3 that they could never see Anakin as a master because he's too emotional. And then
as a master, you can a master rank Jedi. You got to remember that Qui-Gon Jinn wasn't a master.
Fair enough.
And when in episode 2, Obi-Wan wasn't a master either. He didn't become a master until episode 3. As a knight, you do still take on an apprentice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what's that? Blue.
So now you have an all-new animation that you can watch that you'll be able to now believe that it's continuity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's get those ones. I can keep that one there. That one there. Blue. No, we can go to that one. Okay. So got some moving a little away from the movies. It looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy is changing their sign up again, and it looks like you can actually there's a thing on their website to actually email them a resume to join the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Okay, all right, hear me out here. Now is a perfect opportunity on this podcast to make our own character of MacGuffin proportions.
Well, I already have several.
Name is Jack Ryan, and his abilities are explosions. No.
I'm immortal.
But
not the fun kind of immortal where you can't die. I just don't stay dead.
You tried. Some people's OCs, I just no. OC do not steal.
I always purposely, when I have an OC, give them some sort of weakness, because it's no, not having a weakness is not fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to be super powered everything fun guy.
No Gary Stu for you. Got it.
Yep, no Gary Stu for me. All of my characters have some sort of glaring weakness.
Yeah.
Good. That's the way they should be.
Right?
Yeah. Once had a character who had severe alcoholism. That was fun to play.
Right?
So he was Iron Man.
Yeah.
I mean, not technically, because this was a medieval campaign, but yeah, pretty bad alcoholism.
Blue. We should go and okay. Got two more in the realm of movies I found. Tommy Wiseau, the Room director Tommy Wiseau reviews The Disaster Artist, which is the movie about the making of The Room.
Yes.
And he said in the interview that he is 99.9%. I 99.9% approve of this film. My only objection being the way James Franco throw a football. In the film's reenactment of the room's infamous football tossing scene. He also praised the makeup in the film, while Franco thanked Wiseau and Sestero for their support of the disaster artist. At times during the interview, Franco seemed lapsed into a Wiseau-style European accent, as he did reportedly on the set of the film. So he 99%. He has used the 99.9% line in previous interviews, and whatever you think of James Franco, it's hard to imagine any other current actor in the role. True as anyone who has seen the room could tell you, Wiseau may not be the world's greatest judge of a film grammar quality, but nonetheless, it's good to know he's on board with the disaster artist.
Wow.
There's a 2?
Now, as Brian knows, I just recently saw The Room.
Oh,
I introduced The Room to her.
I had never seen it before.
What'd you think?
And when he visited, what was it, last week? We watched The Room.
Oh my god, there's a second trailer. Give me a second, I'll be right back.
To watch it. I want to watch it again and again now. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Why won't you mute?
There aren't words that completely describe it.
Every time I watch this movie, I both laugh and think I am too sober to watch this movie. I think there needs to be a drink in my hand. I'm not sober enough to watch this movie because it's both terrible and hilarious at the same time.
It's beautiful. It's a work of art.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
It's fantastic. I love the movie. It is as we've mentioned in previous episodes, if anyone hasn't seen it, then you gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
Pause this, watch it, come back. If you have not seen it after a third recommendation, come on, people. But
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Wow. It was beautiful.
The funny thing is, when I watch the movie for the first time, I kind of do those live in the moment sort of thing, so I don't notice bad acting or poor plot at first. I have to watch it one additional time to really see it. With a few exceptions, this being one of them. It is so blatantly obvious, but it is so fantastic.
I was just really upset that they replaced my favorite character with another actor.
Oh, who was your favorite character?
I like Peter. Peter was awesome. And then, all of a sudden, he's just not Peter anymore. Peter, are you okay? He looks like a completely different man. Yeah, wow. That's all I can say.
That is the best way to describe that movie. It's just, wow. The pointless scenes, the bad acting, the bad transitions. One of my favorite scenes when he's coming out of that rooftop, he's throwing the bottle. He's like, "No, it's not true. It's not true. I did not hit her." "Oh, hi, Mark."
I did not.
Yeah. I loved it. It was that is the worst transition I've ever seen in a movie or show. And
I was excited for this movie before, but I just watched the second trailer and holy shit. My body needs it now. Why can't December be here already?
Yeah, I didn't even know that The Room was I was skeptical when you guys had said to watch it. My friends had said you need to watch it. So finally I gave in and watched it, and then just afterward Brian was like, "So there's this thing. It's called The Disaster Artist. You need to watch that too when it comes out." And yeah, how is that allowed to exist?
Because the world needs it.
Yeah. The world was really in need of a bad movie like that. It was 2003 when it came out. It was a dark time in America.
It was a dark time. It's so great.
I really like B movies, though.
Oh yeah.
As much as I could talk about the room all day long. We need to move along.
All right, fair enough.
Though other B movies that are great, Birdemic. Birdemic is a good one.
Yeah.
I'd recommend that one.
Werewolf, the Devil's Hound.
Yes.
This one, it's kind of cheesy because I actually got it from Mystery Science Theater 3000, but one of my favorite B movies is Space Mutiny.
I'm glad you didn't say Manos Hands of Fate, because I get annoyed by the Manos Hands of Fate.
I have still...
it's a...
Go ahead.
It's a B movie, but like I've seen worse.
I have actually still yet to see that one, believe it or not.
All right, so I got this one. Hey, Jess, you might get a kick out of this one. A brief history of hiding dicks in cartoons.
Yeah. Okay. So, as an artist, there is a huge joy that you get out of hiding dicks in somebody's artwork. I have a really good friend, and an artist friend, and whenever he draws something for somebody that he absolutely hates, he will draw a dick somewhere on their character, like usually on the face area, and then he just lowers the resolution until you can barely see it, but he knows it's there. And it's just one of the most amazing things that it's just so fun to just hide random dicks in artwork.
So in this Netflix children's cartoon, Maya the Bee was pulled after hidden phallus was discovered by an angry parent. Now the studio behind the cartoon is looking to pursue charges against the penis drawing artist. The article wasn't very well done because they didn't show a lot of examples. However, there was one from the Rescuers Down Under where a very crudely drawn penis was put in front of a tiny mouse girl's mouth. It feels... Oh wait, there it is. There's an obvious penis in 1991. Sorry, not Rescue. There is one. The topless woman is in Rescuers Down Under. Sorry, in 1991 American Tales 5 Goes West, there is a obvious penis.
Well, I mean, history is just full of dicks, and I'm not. I
mean, it's still a tiny mouse girl, and from what I've seen from Jess, that seems about right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, people love to put giant dicks in front of tiny characters.
Yeah.
Size play right there.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, animation is full of dicks, and I'm not talking about Michael Eisner. It's just, it's always been in the background or hidden well in a lot of different movies. Like, you might have heard the rumor about the one being in Little Mermaid before they redid it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the background.
There's one on the cover, too. The cover of the movie. There's supposed to be one on the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. If you actually look at it, it's kind of obvious.
But like, okay, I just looked up the picture, the 5 Goes West one. I'll link it to you guys real quick. But like it's I think that they were trying to draw like the whole anime Psy thing where you have like a little puff of air. And just when you go from one scene to another, it changes shape. So like I can see how it would have happened, but that's definitely a dick.
That is definitely a dick.
That's a dick. That's a dick.
It's got 2 balls.
Mm-hmm.
A shaft.
It's a circumcised dick.
A shaft right along here. It's a little sad that people can't see what I'm doing on my screen.
I mean, I'm sure people have drawn worse of that character, but
oh yeah,
that's a dick.
So speaking of cartoons and dicks, there's some Chinese cartoon news.
Do go on.
So Robotech, i.e. the correct answer when people ask you what your favorite Macross series is getting a US version done by the creators of the new It movie. And So yeah,
Yay.
I do like Robotech. It is the correct answer when somebody asks you, what is your favorite, um, though it is a movie. I hope it's animated, because if it's animated, it could be good. If it's live action, actually, you know what? This is one of those cases where they can't really complain if somebody's white, because there was a lot of white people in Robotech.
Yeah.
And it's hard to fuck up robots. I think actually Guillermo del Toro has a part in it. Oh, okay. So, Sony is getting things moving in hopes that it'll get ready for director Muschietti when It Chapter 2 is done. He already has and will probably continue to accumulate projects besides both of these. His mentor is Guillermo del Toro, so he's inspired with Guillermo del Toro, and Guillermo del Toro did Pacific Rim. So I'm actually a little excited for this.
I mean, yeah.
I have not seen Pacific Rim.
How have you not seen Pacific Rim?
I want to, but I haven't.
I'm actually in the
How
same
have you
boat
not
as she.
seen it?
I'm in the same boat she is. I actually still have not seen it myself. Yeah.
Why are we talking? Go watch it. I'll sit here for
try and find it.
I'll sit here for the 2.5 hours that it takes to watch that movie, all alone in silence while we still record. Get ready for the longest episode of Geekus Speakus, guys. We're gonna have 2.5 hours of me just sitting here.
It's like silence for 2 hours. That'd be great.
So let's see.
Oh.
The Full Metal Alchemist anime director criticizes the live action of the movie's all Japanese cast.
We actually
find it hilarious.
We actually talked about this in a previous
did.
episode. Yeah,
we did, and it's like, they're gonna do an all Japanese, Full Metal Alchemist, but they're mad because they made this one character white. But yeah, the anime's director said that this was a bad idea. To only use Japanese actors because he doesn't have kind words for the recent live action thing, saying it just looks stupid. Because the characters from Full Metal Alchemist are supposed to be German.
Yeah, with the exception of I can never remember the name of the region, but they have this region that does history as opposed to alchemy.
Yeah, those people are supposed to be Chinese. Technically, Mustang is supposed to be part Japanese.
Yeah. And then you have the Middle Eastern from, what was the name of the country?
Ishbala?
Ishbala, yeah.
I just watched this a couple months ago.
No, you're right. It was Ishbala.
Yeah. And yeah, they're Germans. And what would have been great is if they did a mixed, race thing, because they would have totally won-upped the U.S. markets and been like, see, bitch, this is how you do it.
What's up?
But no.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, this is something we tackled, and even the anime's director, not the live action director, but the director of the anime is like, no, this is dumb. It doesn't look good.
So I'm not saying our opinion is as good as a anime director, but I'm not saying it.
Let's see here. So quick to that. Blade Runner is getting a short anime from the Cowboy Bebop director. I think it's on the interwebs now. You can actually see it on
Verve,
Funimation, Crunchyroll, those stuff, and it looks very pretty. So I like these kind of things together, and Cowboy Bebop's really good. So, and it fits the kind of style that he did with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Also, holy shit, I fucking love Blade Runner, and I am so excited for this movie. The ending soliloquy in the first Blade Runner, the Tears in the Rain one, is one of my favorite speeches in any movie.
Brian, I want you to brace yourself.
Yeah.
I want you to brace yourself in case this is a Tron Legacy.
There's a reason I don't own guns.
To elaborate.
Okay.
Probably shoot myself.
The Tron Legacy, that's the movie, right? Yeah. They had amazing music.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yes.
I love.
And you know
Daft
what?
Punk.
And you know what? If we can if the music in the second in Blade Runner 2049 can be just half as good as Blade Runner, you know what? It needs to just be better than the original theatrical cut of Blade Runner. I'm not going to put it up to the director's cut, but if it can at least match up to the original theatrical cut, I will be happy. Because the original theatrical cut was kind of bad.
I'm just saying, you might have to brace for a Tron Legacy.
I know.
Or maybe...
Also, I'm really dark and I shouldn't joke about suicide.
I make suicide jokes all the time. Well, different.
Yeah, but somebody might get upset, and we have to watch ourselves because we're people on the internet that people might look up to.
Oh, yeah. Someone might be listening.
By the way,
this.
I am a terrible role model.
Yeah, same here. Do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Chinese cartoons, I have found my favorite. I linked it up. I have found my favorite Twitter.
Oh.
It's on the link.
See here.
If the Simpsons characters were otaku.
Oh yeah, I saw this. That was fantastic.
You know, Bob, I've rather been enjoying My Hero Academia. Ah, yes. I too have been reading Boku no Hero Academia. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. So just keep reading some of those. They're all terrible. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Sport. It's pronounced Boruto. Oh my god. These are perfect.
Yeah.
Right? And then apparently there's a Coca-Cola coffee being released in Japan, but we already had that and it was called Coca-Cola Black.
Am I the only one to think that was a bad idea? That just seems like way too much coffee.
Oh, it was terrible. It tasted terrible. I tried it.
I've never heard
it was
of
terrible.
that.
It no longer out.
Yeah, it's out of circulation.
It no longer out?
It no longer out.
It no longer out.
It no longer out.
Oh god. I'd like to try that if they ever come out with it again.
Find it online. I'm sure this Japanese one is pretty much the Coca-Cola Black.
Yeah, you can only get it in Japan, but you might be able to get it off of like eBay or maybe Amazon. Do like Amazon.ja, I think is what it is. Help you speak.
Okay.
Help you read Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh god. This Simpsons thing that you were talking about? Did you say Tumblr or Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay.
It's a Twitter.
Okay, I'm following it. It's gonna be part of my life from now on.
It's amazing.
Weeb Simpsons.
Yep. It's amazing. Oodly doodly, Hyoga Zaizidale Masu Homer-kun. Get to Pinto Flanders. Oh, great suggestion. I will get to Pinto for lunch. Arigato Nakamarino. Don't.
At Weeb Simpsons.
Baka Flanders.
Baka Flanders. It's great. I love it. I love everything about it. Guys, don't follow us. Go follow Weeb Simpsons and then follow us.
You guys should put a link to it on your Twitter.
Oh, we so will.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
All right, so let's go. Let's try to like shotgun some of this stuff real fast, and then we'll get to this new thing. The Dinobots now have a combiner form. An official combiner form. There's been an unofficial ones, but they now have an official combiner form called Volcanicus. So that's Grimlock, Sludge, Slug, Slag. No, sorry, Grimlock, Sludge, Slag, Swoop, and who's the fifth one? Because I have the T-Rex, the Apatosaurus, the Triceratops, the pterodactyl, Who is the Stegosaurus?
No, for reference, is this in some show's continuity, or is it like they've released an official toy sort of thing?
Official toy.
Okay,
There's never
gotcha.
been an official. They've never been a combiner toy of the Dinobots before, and it has been. It'll be in a new. Yeah. Okay. Snarl. Snarl is the last one. There it is. Assemble as the part of the 2018 out of the 5 new Dinobot toys, part of the Transformers Power of the Prime series, and it's the first official time they've been a combiner. Which, holy shit, that's a powerful combiner because them without combining are strong enough to fight combiners.
Yeah.
Go to other physical media. The Duke. Do you know what the Duke is?
No.
It's the first Xbox controller. It's that huge fat one.
Okay, about to say, is this a John Wayne thing? Because I wasn't really a John Wayne person.
It's the fat. It's the fat. Xbox and by official backing by Microsoft, a company has made a new version of the Duke for the Xbox One, and it'll go on sale later this year or early next year.
That thing.
Yeah.
It's freaking.
I remember using that thing and not being able to reach all of the buttons. Because
Yeah.
I have really small hands.
I didn't like it either, but I had a couple friends who loved that controller.
What?
Oh, I hated it.
What? Why? Why do people love that? It's massive.
Yeah. Some people have massive hands.
I am not one of those people. I have a hard time playing.
No.
Like, I play guitar, and sometimes I have a hard time reaching
you
out the
guys have
strings.
Do you guys have tiny hands?
Kinda,
I
yeah.
have tiny baby hands.
Am I the only one here with big man hands? With long
Yes.
spider fingers?
They're big enough to play the guitar, mostly.
Oh, I can hit everything on my hands with a guitar.
No one likes to show off.
Oh, I'm just terrible at it. I just don't have the coordination in my left hand to do it properly. I need to work on that.
Neither did I when I first started. It's something you have to stick to it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Another thing, going back to the land of the rising sun, with they speak moon speak and sewer mutants. Osaka court ruling helps destroy tattoos in Japan. Basically, you need a medical license to give tattoos in Japan. I'm sure it's to quell down on the whole Yakuza thing, but still, that seems kind of iffy.
Dumb. It's dumb. I'm not.
Yeah.
I understand why they did it. It's because that's a big part of Yakuza culture, and to try to quell down on that. But at the same time, yeah, no, it's really dumb.
Have you looked at some?
Yeah.
Have you looked at some of those tattoos out? They're pretty freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. But yeah, apparently there's a you can't give tattoos without a medical license.
That's not going to stop people.
No, it's not. Nothing stops people.
No.
Let-
Also, I just measured my hand for you, and from the tip of my middle finger all the way to the base of my palm, it's just barely over 6.5 inches.
I don't have a tape measure within reach.
Eight,
That I can get to without making a ton of.
8 inches, I think. I don't have a measure on here.
There it is. Give me a second. I gotta reach.
Anyway, but yeah, if they want to cut down on Yakuza stuff, like why?
Just arrest
why?
anybody who's missing a pinky.
Oh boy.
So what did you measure from when you measured your hand?
I measured from the tip of my middle finger all the way down to where my palm and to where my wrist starts.
Brian, do you have
there?
do you have giant monster hands, Brian?
He does.
About 8.5 inches.
Yeah. He's got 2 inches on me.
And then my span from thumb to pinky is actually about 8.5 inches as well.
That's...
You mean just across with your thumb
Yeah,
hugging your...
with them
Okay.
with them spread out. As far as I can go spread out. With them just hugging all together, like the standard close together, it's 4 inches.
Okay, I was about to say, you got a big frickin' hand, man, if you got 8 inches put together.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no, no. You
I've
spread
measured
them
my
out
hand
and
against
it's-
his before, and they're huge.
I've got big hands.
I ain't gonna judge. I mean, I got a lot of family members with big hands and feet, so I was like, that's like if it was 8 inches across when your hand was closed, it was like that's huge. That's like
Oh, she's pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and share this to you guys.
what do we got here? Oh wow,
Oh, Persona 5.
Yeah, it's a Persona 5 cosplayer, and she's really pretty.
Yeah.
that game so far is one of my favorites for this year.
It was pretty good. There, I like Persona 4's characters better, but Persona 5's storyline was a lot better.
Oh, she's German apparently.
Yeah. Wait, talking about the model or the character?
Yeah, the model. The model is German.
Oh, okay. I said the character's like half Swedish, half Japanese, or something like that.
Yeah, but she's very pretty. Let's keep this ball rolling. Game. Okay, I'll get to that in just a moment. All right, let's continue with the physical stuff real quick. I don't know if either of you play Destiny. I know some people who do, but Nathan Fillion has his own Destiny gun. He's apparently one of the main characters in the newest Destiny, and so they made him his own gun.
I haven't played Destiny yet because I don't have the internet for the MMOs.
I tried it. I'm not the biggest fan. I just decided to bring it up because I thought it was nifty because it's a pretty gun.
Yeah, but I am a Nathan Fillion fan, so I like the concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
Still, my favorite role.
Yeah.
Still, my favorite role to this day is not what people will think. Most people say like Firefly. I would actually say Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. I loved him in that movie.
Captain Hammer.
Yeah.
The hammer is
my penis.
Yeah.
The hammer is my penis.
Okay, so going back, way back to Hero Clicks.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I remember that.
I
Yeah.
used to do custom Hero Click like rebuilds and repaints.
Mm-hmm.
And I took an old Cave, what was it, Cave Johnson or something like that.
Oh yeah, Cave Johnson.
And I redid him to look like Captain Hammer.
Oh, I remember that. I've seen that one. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's
I love him. He's awesome.
I haven't even played HeroClix, and that's fantastic.
Apparently there's a hidden golf game in your Switch.
What?
Yeah.
There's a hidden golf game as a tribute to Kirby. The Kirby guy who basically created HAL Studios, Satoru Iwata, who helped develop Kirby and Smash Bros. But yeah, in order to unlock it, you must detach both Joy-Cons and make a simple hand gesture. An apparent reference to the hand gesture Iwata would make at the beginning of every Nintendo Direct he hosted. If done correctly, a voice of Iwata will trigger and the game will boot up. The saddest part is the console's date must be set between July 11th, which is the date in 2015 when he passed away. Unfortunately, if you try this yourself, your console must have never downloaded a system update. As it appears right now, that firmware must remain as 1.0.0. That means you can manually set the date. That means while you can manually set the date to July 11th on the Switch, unless you're version 1, it probably won't work. Fortunately, being suspicious folks out there, we confirm that it is real because we have an unopened Switch in the office and test ourselves. Basically, if you have a brand new Switch, you can play the original NES golf game as tribute to Mr. Iwata.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a brand new Switch. Just we had a brand new Switch laying around. Like
I'll try it if I get a brand new Switch.
Okay, you
yeah,
should.
I'm gonna say because I gotta get a Switch before that happens.
And then you guys should play Splatoon 2 with me.
Okay. But by the time I get a Switch, Splatoon 3 will be out.
Whichever version of Splatoon is out, you need to play with me.
Okay, I can do that. And now, speaking of Nintendo, Nintendo Creators Program will no longer let YouTubers live stream. But to be fair, YouTube is crapping the bed seriously hard right now.
Yeah.
Just all over the place. Just shit everywhere.
They're running into a lot of they're clashing a lot with their content creators, which is like their main revenue technically. It's causing a lot of problems. So Nintendo is, I guess, kiboshing YouTubers for their stuff, which I think is dumb. But whatever.
Yeah. Basically, if you swear, you're not allowed to get money. What else are you not allowed to do? Swearing is one.
Well, damn.
Anything sexual related, there's a ton of stuff. Like anything that could be seen as controversial, you can't do. Yeah.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Agreed.
Speaking of ridiculousness, so Hydra and Red Skull cosplay planned at Rose City Comic Con. Please note, I met these guys that did this cosplay. They were very nice gay men. I think I even posted a picture of them on my Facebook.
And people are upset
because it reminds people of Nazis.
My god.
Do they not recall that Captain America punches Nazis?
Yeah, but it was a group of people wearing, basically it was SS uniforms with stuff. The guys who wore it were basically dressed as SS soldiers, but with like Hello Kitty stuff mixed in. So they're making fun of it. I can get why some people would be upset, but hateful symbols aren't welcome at Rose City Comic Con, which I can talk about in just a minute because I did go. Historical costumes can be great, but reminders of unspeakable atrocities are not appropriate. This goes for Old School Hydra and Red Skull, or any other Nazis from entertainment properties. Those figures, while comic related, are still very much Nazis. As a result, they are 100% banned as always. This includes any sort of ironic or satirical costumes that reappropriate Nazi paraphernalia or gear. You won't just be banned from that year's convention, you'll be banned from life.
That's why. Okay, if you're not allowed to depict hateful things, then you can't be a villain either.
Yeah, also,
like I understand that, okay, Nazis are bad, they're not okay to joke about kind of stuff, but like just people get upset over the dumbest stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like, okay, I understand, hey, there's a lot of shit that happened with Nazis that's not, definitely not okay, but like if they're not okay to cosplay as, like, you can
and, like,
only...
I understand if the guys were wearing like a legit SS uniform.
Yeah.
That was one thing, but these guys were wearing like pink SS uniforms. Like, this is like somebody watching The Producers and getting upset because that's a pro-Nazi movie.
I love that movie.
Like, you're not actually being a Nazi and spreading hate speech.
No, those guys were delightful.
You're playing a character.
I got a quick picture of them. They were nice guys. Speaking of that, I went to Rose City Comic Con for one day on Sunday. A friend got me in because I didn't think I was gonna be able to afford it. Got to meet some cool people. Got a couple things signed. Got some cool stuff. It was all nifty. I think I posted some pics on our Facebook.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
I guess I would have understood a little bit better for why they did that if they were actually spreading hate speech, or like if there was no reason for them to be in Nazi uniforms.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is just people getting mad because
they want to get mad.
Anything pertaining to something bad is bad. You got to remember, talking about an atrocity is just as bad as doing the atrocity. That's
shame on you, Brian. Shame.
I know. I'm a terrible person.
1,000 years of it. 1,000 years.
All right, let's see if we can get through these guys super fast. Skyrim Special Edition getting a new survival mode.
I'm okay with this.
Yes. More reasons for me to die.
Fast travel and automatic health generation are disabled.
Mm-hmm. And you have to worry about more gauges. It's kind of like the hardcore mode from...
it's like survival mode for New Vegas.
Yeah.
And I loved the hardcore mode in New Vegas. That was great.
Yeah.
I have to worry about the water I drink.
The water you drink, the food you eat. You have to sleep.
No, don't make me sleep.
Apparently, according to Nintendo's new Mario profile, he is no longer a plumber.
What atrocities have they committed?
All around sporty, whether it's tennis or baseball, soccer or car racing, he is everything cool. As a matter of fact, he also seems to have worked as a plumber a long time ago. So he is no longer a plumber.
Oh my god. Mario is now the
I mean, he probably made... Say what?
Say Mario is now the Barbie of video games.
Well, he's been the Barbie of video games for a long time.
I know, I just never really gave it a real thought, honestly. It's like, oh, what is Mario? Well, he's a tennis player, he's an astronaut, he has a dream house.
He's an acrobat.
He's an acrobat, yeah.
He's also got nipples. They showed his nipples recently.
Yes, they did.
Right,
yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
Some like swimsuit edition thing that they're doing, which made me go, why Nintendo? But
so the next one, developers put popular horror game on Pirate Bay for players who can't afford it.
see, there you go.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called.
The
Outlast.
Witness.
Oh, the Witness.
The Witness.
I thought it was Outlast.
The Witness was put on there. He became frustrated when the $40 game skyrocketed to the top of torrent sites with popular site. Well, is it the Witness? Okay. Oh, here it is. Darkwood, not Witness. Darkwood. The horror game Darkwood stands out. The publisher today, the Poland-based Acid Wizard Studios, uploaded their game with a free, no catch, no added pirate hats for characters. Basically, what they want everyone to play their game. And it's like, if you don't have the money, we want you to play the game. Here's a safe torrent to download. But if you do have the money, could you please
buy the game?
Buy the game. Which, hell, you know what? Once I have some extra money, I'm kind of super broke after my vacation. I might actually pick this game up and actually spend money on it. Because that's, like, I may not even like the game, but I want to support creators who do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
And I oppose anything that's the opposite of EA.
Yeah, but that's Darkwood. So yeah, I think that's super cool, and it gets the word out there, and I really do hope that people actually like buy it.
Yeah, support the game, guys.
I have been wanting to play more horror games.
There you go.
True. We'll get to that one later. We don't need to go over that one, but basically, longest article on what makes Age of Empires great.
Nearly everything.
Yeah. This one, people are freaking out over this character who barely showed up in a Overwatch video of the Queen. But you know what? People are like, oh, they're freaking out over this character who barely appeared. You know who barely appeared and is now a character? Doomfist. Doomfist was just background art and just like hinted at. This is how this game works. They hint at like these characters, and that's who ends up becoming the next character.
Yeah.
So it's an Australian queen, so she's like an Australian, like, because in the Overwatch world, Australia's become Mad Max world, and she's like a queen of this junk town.
Bet she eats a lot of Vegemite.
Probably. By the way, it actually mixes really well if you do the butter first, and then the Vegemite actually mixes with the butter, and it comes out really good.
Okay, so
it's delicious, and I've been eating it.
Okay, so I've never had Vegemite, and now that's gonna be a YouTube video next time I get my hands on it. So
I have some Vegemite.
Don't do it.
I actually already have videos recorded of us eating Vegemite, don't I?
Don't do it. Oh no! Don't do it.
I can post those pictures of me trying Vegemite with Jess here.
Save yourself.
It's delightfully salty.
Oh, I might. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Another one about people why they love Metroid, which, whatever. Metroid's all right. Metroid's fun. I'm not that great at it.
No, me neither. I suck at Metroidvania games. I just like them in general.
I like Castlevania. I'm not great at Metroid. I don't like to backtrack.
That's fair.
And you have to backtrack, and Metroid, not so much at Castlevania, though. Castlevania, you just keep going forward.
Unless you follow the last game in their arc, the Aria of Sorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, but classic Castlevania, you really don't. So, this next one, just blazing on through here, getting real quick, because I realized how long we are in there. We kept sidetracking, so just want to get through these. Basically, somebody's bringing up the worst strategy guide. I had a friend who had this strategy guide. It is as bad as he says. The Play Online Final Fantasy IX strategy guide. Basically, half the strategy guide was go on to playonline.com to see what to do. It wasn't like an actual strategy guide. It was go online and remember, this was when Final Fantasy IX came out.
Wow.
I believe we were all in elementary school.
I think this was the type of strategy guide if someone forced me to make it, because I'm not like, if you force me to write something, I am terrible at it.
It came out in 2000. So
yeah.
So near the end of elementary school.
I was 2000, I was like 9 for me.
I was July 7th, 2000. I would have been 11. And so if you don't remember how the internet was back then,
oh boy.
Yeah.
A strategy guide telling you to check online to find this how to do this this game is
Oh, I want to discuss this. I didn't link this. Just you reminded me of this because you mentioned the 2000s. So, does anybody else remember Space Jam? I know it's a dumb question, but do you guys remember that?
Welcome to the jam. Come on and slam.
Did you know?
Space Jam.
Did you?
It created so many furries.
Did you know the
Space Jam website's still up?
Yeah, it hasn't changed since like 1997.
It's, if you want to blast from the past, go to the Space Jam website. Seriously.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going now.
Seriously,
Right now.
It has been like 20 years since the movie came out. The website's still the same.
Yeah.
It still runs on Shockwave. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, Shockwave is.
This is. I feel like I just got a link to the 80s or 90s. Excuse me.
Welcome home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look at that later.
So there's apparently, the Overwatch creators are actually super happy with the student's fan art and want to use his character design.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Blizzard...
And like he even made like a Halloween skin and like other skins for her and like her own level and stuff.
Blizzard has a way.
Kind of neat.
Yeah, Blizzard has a way of doing this kind of stuff on occasion. Back in their World of Warcraft days, anyway, the early World of Warcraft days. But now, it's cool that they're continuing on that tradition with a different game.
And she even like wrote up like abilities for her. That's actually really cool. Like I hope they pick her up.
Yeah.
Oh, so I know I'm hype about this. I'm not sure about the rest of you. But Dragon Ball Fighter Z gets an original character named Android 21, and she is a cutie.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Apparently she's like the rumor that's going around is that she is based off of Dr. Gero's wife, and official canon, like word of God, is that Android 16 is modeled after Dr. Gero's son.
Actually,
so that is.
Go ahead.
So that is Dr. Gero's wife and son, and I don't know how he ended up with such a cute redhead.
Shh, you're questioning it.
I go ahead and I went and posted the pictures if you don't have them. They're on the. They are linked.
Oh, she's pretty cute.
Right? She's a cutie. So that's the rumor going around, is that she's Dr. Gero, she's Dr. Gero's wife / Android 16's mom.
So I kind of have this fan theory revolving around the androids. I'll make it quick, because we're running like I think an hour and a half now. But
we still got one other thing, so we're gonna try to get through these fast. We'll do that, and then we should do the other thing first, and then we'll do that.
Okay. Well, the gist of it is that every android in descending order seems to be stronger than the last, because they made a whole Super Android 13 movie, which was stronger than 16.
16 is stronger than 16 and 17, but 16 and 17 have more capability than 16, because 17 and 18 can Oh wait, 16 came before 1718. Sorry, my brain farted.
That's cool.
I can't do math.
Can't do the maths.
Yeah, I can't do maths.
Oh, okay.
No, you're going. But the thing with 17 and 18, unlike the other ones, is they can actually train and get more powerful.
Yeah. Well, it's was it Jiro was a crappy android, got kicked. I can't remember. I think it was 20, the weird mime-looking android.
Mm-hmm. 20 was the mime.
Yeah, that one got kind of beat pretty bad. 13 was supposed to be one of the stronger ones. Trucker Hat.
Yeah, Trucker Hat.
So my theory is that the strongest android in recorded Dragon Ball is Android 8, the Frankenstein-looking one.
Oh, Ader? Yeah, the one who survives and is still around at the end of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Jess doesn't care for Dragon Ball, so... Watching me talk with her husband about Dragon Ball, she got really bored.
Yeah, I really did.
So on to the next thing. But that's Android 8. You know who's the strongest android? Arale from Dr. Slump, which is one of what's his face? The guy who made Dragon Ball.
Akira Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama is one of his first things he worked on. Was Dr. Slump. And Arale was the android in there, and it was his he wrote in 1980 to 1984, so before Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
He did Dr. Slump, and Arale was in Dr. Slump, and Arale could take on Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Yeah, I remember seeing her back in Dragon Ball. You're right, she is the strongest.
She showed back up in Dragon Ball Super and was able to fight Super Saiyan God Goku because she could use cartoon physics, and therefore she is the strongest of all the androids, being the very first one.
Great.
So next thing is the new South Park game gets harder if you play as a darker skinned character. Now they say They say the combat doesn't get harder, but things like social interactions and other stuff do, which is hilarious. And I love that people are butthurt about it.
Art reflects life.
Mm-hmm.
It's South Park. What did they expect?
Seriously.
And the people who are butthurt about it are the white people.
It's always the white
what?
people.
Okay.
The white people are upset about it.
I have been through this before with so many people. If it is not your race, with some exception, if it's not your race and somebody makes a comment, and there is somebody else of that race
that's
sitting in the same room,
that's not the white people.
They're not offended, then you should just get over it.
That's not the white people who are upset. They're upset that they have to play a black person to play in hard mode.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole different level of. Oh. No.
That's
oh no.
Yeah, that's the people who are upset. They're upset they have to play as a black person to play in hard mode.
Oh, okay, that's simple.
What? Hold on, I'm still fathoming this.
Yeah.
Characters will also respond to the player's gender identification, which includes male, female, and other. After choosing one of these options, players can specify if they are cisgender or transgender.
Apparently, the best thing to do, though, is because you can link your character from the first game and you only played as a quote-unquote boy from the first game. If you're a girl, they'll be like, wait, you're a girl?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to come out because I really loved the first one. And I get to link my character from the first one if I can. I might have to replay the first one because I lost all my save data when my computer died.
Oh, lame.
I haven't played it, but now I really want to.
Yeah, same
you should. It's cheap now.
Oh, yeah. It's like, what, $10,
I think I have it somewhere. I just haven't played it.
If you don't have it, I have it. And I've let you use my Steam in the past.
Yeah.
So the next one, publisher of God Fighting Games, says Malaysian government is trying to ban it. I've seen gameplay of this. It is terrible, but basically you play as one of the main gods, Jesus, Moses, Buddha.
Okay.
Basically, and it's a fighting game, but as Jesus, your hands, you break the cross, like it's like buff Jesus, and he shows up and he breaks the cross and he punches you with his part of the cross where his hands are nailed to.
Okay, that sounds pretty awesome.
And the Malaysian government is trying to ban it.
Oh boy.
I'm surprised Australia's not trying to ban it. They've banned every other game basically.
Oh no, they don't care about religion in Australia. They just care about everything else.
Yeah, like if you're gay.
Or if you have tiny boobs. Oh, did you
There
hear
was
about there's
a whole ice cream thing going on in Australia over gay people.
They actually blocked Steam in total, but Fight of the Gods was removed from the storefront and they let Steam back. They blocked. They made small tit porn, like small boobies, and porn illegal in Australia because it quote unquote is too close to child pornography.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That's the best kind of tits.
I like small boobies.
Okay, whatever.
Go complain to your Australian friends and let them. They can campaign against it. I like small breasts, though. I'm a fan of small breasts.
Same.
I'm not a fan of the big boobles.
Boobles.
We're almost through these newses. So I love this right here. So Nintendo gave free eggs to Breath of the Wild players. However, in the game, you get free items, they fall from the sky. But these are eggs and breakable items.
Oh god, there's a GIF on the link that you sent. The link just looks
one guy
so
was able
sad.
to. One guy was actually able to get an egg because he did it close enough to the water, so it landed in the water and didn't crack.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know,
but everyone else lost. Like a ton of people lost their eggs.
I reserve the right
to the eggs.
Not to play this
Go
game.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'll say I reserve the right not to play this game until we get the Robin Williams expansion pack.
Oh gosh.
Wow, sounds like a bad idea.
Think about Mercy. Oh, there's a new 24-player Super Mario 64. We can play as 24 people in Super Mario 64 online, which sounds chaotic.
Yeah, there's actually an update that to do as well. As per normal Nintendo fashion, they've kiboshed it.
That's why you don't talk about it. You just silently put it up on a torrent site, and then you talk about it. Because once it's up on the torrent site, nobody can do a thing.
Well, yeah, but Brian, as you know, once it's on the internet, it never stays off the internet.
Oh, no, everything's on the internet forever. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get to that in a moment. There's a guy who got the new Twilight Princess speedrun, but I think he should have an asterisk because he used hacks.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this guy.
No, that's not. No, if you use hacks, it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. He used tools to do it. Tool-assisted speedruns. And that's bullshit. You got to do that out of pure skill.
I mean, because if you're just going to use hacks, you can just pull up an emulated version of Majora's Mask. I can beat that in less than 5 minutes. I mean,
there are many hurdles to overcome, Dragonbane Zero said, but I like impossible tasks and wanted to challenge myself in that way. But apparently he was also using it to test out a new program he was working on, so I can give him that. But him to claim that he made the new world record speedrun is kind of bullshit, because you got to use beta version of the game to get the speedrun.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
There is apparently a copyright game coming out. Okay. Whoops, never mind. Apparently people are getting mad at the copyrights for PewDiePie, who said he's an idiot for saying the N-word, which I get it, you're from Sweden or whatever, and the words are treated differently over there, much like cunt when it comes to Australia. But you should know well enough that it upsets people. And then people who made a game called
Yeah.
Firewatch are like, hey, you know what? No, we don't want your stuff on our thing anymore, which is bullshit on their end. And it's all a big headache.
Meh.
He really shouldn't have done it. I don't know what excuse me. I don't care what country you're in. That's just not cool.
Yeah, here's the PewDiePie one. And here's the copyright threat. Let's Play copyright threat raises questions.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of YouTubers are a bit worried about running it because whenever the copyright for what was the name of this game again?
Firewatch?
Yeah. A lot of other video game creators started doing the same thing with a lot of other games. So a lot of the Let's Players on YouTube are starting to get worried about what it can some people's livelihood, you know.
And then there's a guy who went through in GTA 5 and test ran all the cars.
That seemed like a tremendous waste of time.
Well, I mean, what else? Video games are kind of time sinks. So, I mean, if you have enough time, why not?
Right?
I guess. I mean, I've done some pretty dumb stuff in video games, like...
And apparently, according to Kotaku, out of everything that could have happened, I still don't understand it, but apparently the Homestuck game that's being developed is actually really fun. But I still don't understand Homestuck.
I've heard that it's supposed to be really good. Okay, so the thing that you need to understand about Homestuck is there's like 75 different planes of existence and like different continuities and stuff.
Oh, that sounds confusing.
And they go back and forth. It's supposed to be confusing. Like a lot of it's really confusing. And then another thing that Homestuck does is like the first like couple hundred comics or whatever it is. I don't know what they are exactly. But like supposedly the first couple hundred pieces of it are just supposed to be like a deterrent to make people not want to read it. But supposedly
that's the problem. Is I tried starting it and then I'm just like, I can't get through this.
Supposedly it gets good after that. Now, have I gotten past that? Absolutely not. But I have a lot of friends that like Homestuck. So
you seem like, knowing your friends, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And actually, that's a dig at myself too. I am a terrible person.
Because you are my friend. So
also, I found the next anime I'm watching. It looks adorable.
I will probably like it too.
It's called Sweetness and Lightning. It's about a widower dad and his baby girl, and she's adorable.
Not another one that tugs at my heart. Shit. Damn you, Brian.
I am so gonna watch this.
When's it released?
Do it.
It's already out. It's on Crunchyroll right now.
Sweetness and Lightning.
I don't have time for anime this week, but next week.
The English one is almost done being out too. Well, the English manga is almost done. It looks like the English voice hasn't been done yet, but it is on Crunchyroll. Available, so I will watch that later.
Oh, on a similar note, I haven't gotten the exact date, so I might look this up later and post it on Facebook or Twitter. But the guys at Team 4-Star, a bunch of them are doing voice acting for an anime called Hells.
They have to do something since they can't work on Dragon Ball Abridged right now.
Yeah.
So, we have a new thing. But before that, I think we should talk about something serious that happened.
There's a lot of something serious happening right now.
Go for it.
Let's start from the top. Musician and famous rock star Tom Petty is in critical condition and suspected let me double check to see if he actually passed yet. But he's been basically in critical condition. News is going back and forth whether he's dead or not. The official Tom Petty website has him as resting in peace. So yeah, I'm gonna say that Tom Petty from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers has passed. He's one of those musicians that I know with a lot of people, he doesn't come to like the forefront of like, oh yeah, I love Tom Petty. But when you start going through music of his songs he's done, you're like, oh, I love that song. I love that song too. Oh, that's a great song too. And then you realize they're all from the same guy.
Yeah.
He also... I've known a lot of artists like that.
He died at 8:40 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So like right before we got started.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know what, Mr. Tom Petty? We'll do this one. This one's to you and to someone else. But we'll get to that other one in a moment. There was a shooting at USC earlier. Our hearts go out to them.
Oy.
And then the big one. And yesterday morning in Las Vegas, Nevada, a gunman shot and killed. Let's see if I can find the actual number. 59 with over like let's see if I can find it. The numbers.
It was like 59 dead, 400 injured.
59 dead, 400 injured, something like that. Like the largest.
I heard 500, but they weren't sure the difference between who got injured by gunshot or who got injured by stampeding.
It's still his responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely 100% agree.
And our hearts go out to our hearts, and well, we're not the praying type, but our deepest condolences to anyone involved, the families out there. We may not agree politically with you guys. We may not like the same music. I'm not a fan of country music, but it is tragic. The 59 that were killed and the 527 that were injured in this mass shooting is heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, and so I have looked up a little bit on this recently, and one of the most sad things is there's people that are saying stuff like, so what, who cares, they're just, if they were at a country music concert, they're probably Republicans anyway.
Speaking of that, that
bullshit.
was no hold on, that was the vice president of CBS News posted on her Facebook pretty much what you just said and was immediately fired.
Yeah. Good, she should have been.
Yeah.
I don't care if they were Republican, if they were like whatever, like that's still, they didn't deserve to die.
No, they didn't.
Like
and
that's bullshit.
It's tragic, and a lot of people in there are like, and a lot of the people there made good points, and something I've been telling other people. They're like, we felt powerless. A lot of us were carrying guns, but we couldn't do anything because they were worried that, what happens if they know there's an active shooter and they see somebody in civilian clothes with a gun. The police are going to fire first and not ask questions. And that you don't want to get shot. You stay low, you stay down. The good guy with the gun thing does not work. And
not really, no.
No, it is proven not to work. And with this is one man with a bunch of guns. And
I mean, in a self-defense situation where it's you against somebody else, yeah. But if it's like a mass shooting with police involved, no, don't touch a weapon when there's a police officer around.
And I've seen a couple people on my Facebook who are like, well, this is why you need more guns, because you can have that one hero with the gun and you've been taken care of. It's like,
he was across the street.
Yeah, he was up.
What were they going to do?
On the 30th.
Shoot a handgun across the street? I don't think so.
He was on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay, and we try to stay away from politics here, but it's tragic.
Yeah,
it's tragic.
Really
There's those people. They were just trying to enjoy themselves at this music festival, and somebody did it. Whether you think, and you know what. I will agree that it right now isn't the time to talk about the gun issue, but tomorrow is. Right now, let people mourn, but tomorrow we need to work on something.
Yeah.
And then the saddest piece of news.
Go ahead.
My pet for about 10 years, my bunny rabbit, Mr. Floppy Buns, passed away this morning.
Our condolences, Brian.
I honestly, the only reason I'm doing this podcast is because talking makes me forget.
It's understandable. I know it's like
it keeps my mind occupied. But I had him for 10 years. He survived several moves with me. He was a good bun, and he will be missed. I'm kidding, guys. Also, if you get upset with me saying my rabbit is more important than like 57 people, 60 people getting killed,
he's more important to you.
I really don't like people. I'm also being farcical. Actually, yeah, the kill count would be 60 if you count him because he did kill himself.
Oh, then yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's that 59 is part of that.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Huh.
Right before SWAT team got there.
What a chicken.
All right, so with that 10th episode of Geekus Speakus out of the way with our special guest, Rom here, we've decided to introduce ourselves a new thing we want to try out. Dean, it's all yours.
All right. We had discussed this a few
That's
months
right,
ago.
going from super depressing to this. Something else that's super depressing, but in a different way.
All right. This is what's going on. We actually discussed about it a few months ago, me and Brian, and we hinted at it on our Facebook and I believe our Twitter page at the same time. It is a show we call Fan Fiction Roulette. Now, the gist of what happens here is we get a few fan fictions. Right now we just have 2. We assign a role to every person participating, and that person has to read regardless of things like gender, age, whether they care about the story, how bad it's written, anything like that. So this is what we'll be doing for the next few minutes, and I went ahead and prepared 2 fanfictions that I found, 2 of the most notoriously bad fanfictions ever written on the internet. So, I'm going to go ahead. I got my 6-sided die, my good old 6-sider, and I'm going to go ahead and roll to see which of the 2 that we will be doing.
In the future, this is just for Jess, we won't have the names of the fanfics. We'll just have numbers.
Yeah.
Dean... For the most part, Dean will be the only one who has any idea of which ones they are. Occasionally, I self will.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Dean. Roll or die. It's just odds and evens right now, right?
Yeah, just odds and evens.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got. All right, looks like we got evens. So
that one.
What you do is you're going to want to bring up, if you look in your folders there, or collective emails, you'll see one that's labeled My Immortal.
Oh, I've heard of this one, but I haven't actually read it.
We're going to be reading Chapter 1.
Yep, we got Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 if we want it, depending on how bad this is.
And now we got to roll for our characters.
Well,
there's 3 of us and 3 characters in Chapter 1.
Yeah, real quick. I'm going to go ahead and a little pre-show thing I wrote up here. For those at home who may not know about this. You sweet, pure, innocent people, you. This fanfiction has been dubbed one of the worst ever made. You could say this is probably like the Dragon Ball evolution of fanfictions. The story is shallow, contrived, and it misses the entire point of the original work. About how it is important to evolve and adapt as a person, and instead gives us a teenage angst. I introduce My Immortal, a vampire goth Harry Potter fanfiction.
So let's go ahead and roll our roles. The roles are for Chapter 1 are the narrator, Ebony, and Draco.
Yes. So
okay.
Our lead in this case is Ebony. Yeah. I made sure to make narrator its own character for the purposes of the joke because she talks a lot about herself, unsurprisingly. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this. We'll start with the first position there, narrator.
Let's give this to the guest.
All right.
Well, 1, 2, and 3. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6.
Okay. So
okay.
This will be Jess's. Whatever she rolls, this is her character.
Do you want to roll, Jess, or do you want me to roll for you?
Do you have dice
Just
available?
I don't have a die around me.
Okay.
You know what? I'm a liar. I do have a die. Okay. So what? 1 and 3 is narrator. 2
1 and 2 is narrator. 1 and 2.
Okay.
3 and 4, 5 and 6.
3.
So you are Ebony.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay.
Give me a second. I will grab one of my die. I can roll myself too.
All the nerds gotta go get out their dice.
I got a reroll. I got a 4.
Surprise D&D session. Go.
All right. I am the narrator. I rolled a 2.
All right.
Okay.
You are Draco.
I am Draco by default. Fantastic.
All right. So,
And,
let me know when you guys are ready.
Okay, real quick. Feel free to ham it up a bit. Bad accents. And if something is misspelled, feel free to say it as it is misspelled. Don't
All right.
don't get the proper version. Yeah. Feel free to go through the spelling. Let's get the all right. Everyone, get their improv face on. You know, I don't have one, but get their improv.
Give me a second. I gotta get into character. I'm gonna drink some water real quick.
Well, one of my make some really bad audio background.
Are we doing chapter 1 and chapter 2, or just chapter 1?
Chapter 1's really short, so we can do both.
Yeah.
I guess I will do Willow
Okay.
as well, just to kind of narrator. Are you ready?
All right.
You all ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Special fangs. Get it? Because I'm gothic. To my GF. Ew. Not in that way, Raven. Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. Oh, God. Bloody Tears 666. Your spelling is terrible. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. Ebony.
Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness, Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name.
You don't say.
With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes, like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee.
If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here.
I'm not related to Gerald Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you can't tell. And I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them.
Hey, Ebony.
Shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy.
What's up, Draco? I asked.
Nothing.
He said shyly.
One more, Brian. You got another sentence.
Oh, but then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Is it good? Please tell me, Fangs. Oh my god, it's fans. Oh.
End of chapter 1.
Chapter 2. Fangs to bloody tears. God damn it. Fuck you. Thanks to Bloody Tear 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, perhaps stop flaming my stories, okay? Give me a second. That voice hurts my mouth.
This story.
Even that voice will.
Let's keep in mind that each of these individual sections that he's reading and stopping at are all labeled narrator with nothing in between.
Yeah, I really had to break it down. Trust me, it just kept going and going. Oh boy.
The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the doors of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends.
So
I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair up in a kind of messy bun.
Oh God.
Narrator. Again. My friend Willow and Raven, this is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her 4 green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with black mini fishnets and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. Oh my God. I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly.
Yeah, so?
I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as she went out the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall.
No, I so fucking don't.
I shouted. Yeah, right. She exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me.
Hi.
She said.
Hi.
I replied flirtily.
No. Read that right. Read that right.
Oh. I replied flirtily.
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 It's flirtily.
Flirtily.
Flirtality.
It's your line next.
Guess what?
He said.
What?
I asked.
Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade.
He told me.
Oh my fucking God.
I screamed.
I love GC. They are my favorite band beside MCR.
Well, do you want to go with me?
He asked. I gasped. That was terrible.
End of chapter 2.
Dean, next time you write these out, you don't have to put the I asked, he asked things in there because it's already in the script thingy. But like the gasp, just put like ebony and then like asterisks and put gasp.
Oh, I just put it in there so like narrate. I didn't realize how much narration was in this when I was first doing it. I was just trying to get it done quickly.
Yeah, for the next time, yeah, I don't have the narrator shouldn't have to do all the she said, he said, but the stuff where it's describing everything is perfect. That was terrible.
Do you know what the funny thing is? This is this is unedited. I just put this in script form. Everything you see here was actually what was written in the fan fiction. Nothing was edited by me.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is
Ebony's internal voice.
This is like it's like looking at what I was like in high school.
Oh god, don't get me started about my high school. What did I say about teenage angst? What did I say about teenage angst?
Nobody wants to know about their high school.
Let's just say
so.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're hoping but yeah, that was a preview of it won't be on every show, but that is a preview of Fanfiction Roulette, and whenever we have guests on, we want to get them to do that.
Yeah, this
You need to put Dipper Goes to Taco Bell on your list of fan fictions.
All right. You know what? Jess, go ahead and send me like a bunch of fan fictions you know, or send them to the Geekus Speakus one, so we can get them. Just send the bad ones you know.
I'll actually ask around because I know of a lot of people that do read a lot of bad fan fictions. So, yeah, I'll see if I can find some for you and send them to you.
Awesome.
Here's my favorite: contrived storylines, pointless characters, pointless dialogue, and bad grammar.
I love tried to keep it non-X rated just to kind of.
Okay.
We don't want to talk about how much Harry Potter loves Draco Malfoy's dick.
Male pregnancy.
But he does. Okay.
I know he does. I'm not arguing that.
Harry's all
But
about
we're
that
trying to
D.
get on. We're trying to get on the interwebs with other people, and it's kind of difficult when they're like, "Well, half your stories involve talking about penises." And we're like,
my
hey,
favorite thing to
great.
talk about.
To be fair, that is like half of Kevin Smith's career.
Yeah. True. True that.
Go
ahead.
I think that's more or less it for this episode. Do you have anything else you guys want to?
Yeah. Let's go ahead. What's happening for you guys in the future? Anything you're excited for? Before we do our usual spiel about our shit again. So, Dean, I heard you're going to a convention soon?
Yes, I will be going to the Gaming Arts and Media Expo in Springfield, Missouri. I will be there on Sunday, let me double check the date there. Sunday the 8th. I'll be there just for a few hours, talking to people, maybe doing some talking with some of the local content creators, because believe it or not, there's more there than people think. So I'll be there. If anybody wants to stop by and say hello, I believe I'll be there between 1 to 4, roughly. So feel free to, say hi. I don't have a booth, but you feel free to say hi.
How did Germany just now legalize gay marriage?
That is a good question.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by Twitter for a second. How did America beat Germany to legalizing gay marriage?
The world may never know.
That seems backwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like the schnitzel over there.
I guess. I may or may not be at the Cthulhu Film Festival next weekend, but for sure the weekend after that I will be at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I'll probably be working it for the most part, but I will be wandering around a little bit. It's a great expo if you ever get the chance in Portland. There's a huge arcade that they put up with some classic games, a bunch of free play areas. It's basically like a giant arcade meet the swap meet, and a couple of famous YouTube people show up occasionally.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think the weekend after that is KomoriCon, which I may or may not go to, depending on how I feel after Retro. Anything happening for you, Jess? Rom? Bleep me out.
It's whatever.
Right.
Not really. Just working a lot, but hopefully soon I'll have less to do and work wise, and I'll be working on comic stuff, so that'll be fun.
Right on. Now, before we end up, let's go ahead and what were your websites again? And tell us about yourself one last time before we finish this up.
My websites?
Yeah, your websites. Where can we find you? Blah, 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 blah.
All right, I'm Rom Looney, again, or as he's been calling me off and on, also Jess Looney. And
I have
my
problems
website.
With names. If I called you one thing when I first meet you, that's what I'm calling you for the rest of your life.
No, it's not a big deal. It's my name. But yeah, my name is Jess Looney, Rom Looney.
And you love me.
Yeah, and my website is looneyracooney.com. Pretty much Looney Racooney on just about any other social media that I'm on. So mainly Twitter, though, like I said before. And I do furry art.
Right on. And of course, you can find Dean and I on Geekus Speakus on various places. Geekus Speakus on Twitter, Facebook. I think we have a Tumblr that we don't use very often.
Yeah.
Of course, and a lot of places where you find podcasts. We do need to get our SoundCloud up to date because apparently they're not going under because they got a bunch of money. But we're trying to get our YouTube set fixed up so we can get that running on. Go ahead and check out on our YouTube. We'll try to post more stuff there as of late. You set up a new email address for us for people to send stuff to us, right?
Yes. If anybody wants to get a hold of us, if they want to send emails, if they want to contribute to the fan fictions that we're gathering for the hopeful upcoming sub show we have going on here, a podcast within a podcast, if you will. You can email us, at geespeakus@gmail.com. Feel free to send us any messages. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask then. We also accept, kind comments. Feel free to do it then. Think that's all we had to promote.
Yeah. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves.
Yep. Have a beautiful night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode. We would like to thank our very special guest, Rom Looney. If you want to check her out, you could check out her website, LooneyRacooney.com, or any of her social media accounts. She was great. It was really fun to have her on. If you like our show and you want to stay updated, you can do so on our social media accounts. You can find us at facebook.com/Geekus Speakus, or on Twitter at Geekus Speakus. We're also now on Tumblr. If you want to contact us by email, you can now contact us at gshows@gmail.com, which is great. And until the one day that Google decides to take that away from us because it has the G in it. Anyway, let's see. The good news is we're now available on nearly every major platform. So you can find us on Google Play, TuneIn, iTunes, and Podbean, as well as SoundCloud. Although we need to update our SoundCloud a bit because they didn't tell anybody that they didn't. Fantastic. So if you if you recommend us to anybody, we do greatly appreciate it because we do not pay for any form of advertisement. So we do appreciate that, of course, if you recommend us to anybody. I would like to thank the band The Spin Wires for their song Girls Like You. You can find them on Bandcamp for the newest album. And thank you for listening, everyone. Have a good night.